Hello, I'm your friendly neighborhood Luis Perez, and right next to me is my dear old best partner, Jason Acosta.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen?
Um, Jason,
Yeah.
what are you wearing?
It's a jacket, and topped off with some sunglasses, and top it off with some extra long pants.
No one needed to know that.
Whatever.
Can you please take off the glasses so we can get to business?
God, God, so hot in those sunglasses.
Finally.
Ugh. So, what is today's topic, my friend?
Well, usually we won't do these type of things, but I guess since you sent me the notes, literally I have it on the phone.
Yeah.
I suggested that today might be the best day to do it. Now,
Yeah, I'm through my phone right here.
this, my friends, is the top. This is the best movies of 2014 so far. Now, I know.
I'm sorry. One more time?
Ay. This is the best movies of 2014 so far. Anyway, I know what you guys are thinking. What? A top 10 list of 2014? Even though it hasn't even ended yet? You're too soon!
Yeah, there's only counting some of the best movies so far. It's not a top 10. It's just counting down some of the great ones this year.
So if you're gonna complain to that, I suggest you shut up before I get the scythe.
Ouch!
So let's not waste any time. Let's pick up a few. We'll start off with one of the very first good films of 2014. That, my friends, is the Lego Movie. Now, the Lego Movie is one of those rare examples of a kid film being a blockbuster masterpiece. Unlike some other people in Hollywood that suggest that you have to be PG-13 in order to get a blockbuster movie. I'm looking at you, Hollywood.
And Michael Bay. Don't forget Michael Bay.
Oh yes, I'm not gonna forget Michael Bay. His supposed kid franchise was really more of a PG schlock.
Yeah.
But,
well, the Lego Movie is a perfect example of such a bizarre concept, yet so imaginable, done right.
Now we all know what Legos are. Basically, they're this.
Yes, we obviously know Lego, and especially since it spawned so many video games, including I actually have two of them. Lego Batman 2 DC Superheroes, and probably my favorite, Lego Marvel.
But with their upcoming video game, Lego Batman 3 Beyond Gotham. But we're not gonna talk about video games. We're gonna talk about the first theatrical official movie, which is not a TV movie, but the official one that they put in theaters.
Yeah.
Now the Lego Movie is a great. Now for a Lego movie, you can tell that some very big creativity came on. You know those stop motion videos that you see when it comes to Legos. You know that they only use what you can do with the articulation. Well, the Lego Movie does exactly that. All the characters move like actual Lego pieces, aside from. And to be honest, even though it was computer generated, you can honestly tell it was made to look like a stop motion video.
It actually felt like an hour and a half video using the same stop. It felt like an hour and a half internet video put on the big screen.
And you can tell that the director had some you can tell that the people working on the movie had some creative efforts to put in some creative stuff on screen. We meet some very creative places like Cuckoo Land or Cloud Cuckoo. Yeah, Cloud Cuckoo. We can see which is probably the most imaginative place in the movie. But we do see a couple others. And guess what? You can never escape Batman because Batman himself appears in this film.
Oh yeah, he's voiced by Will Arnett, which is, by the way, double awesome.
And So the main characters, what are they? Emmett. He's just an ordinary guy. He's a generic, average construction worker, which is actually played for laugh, and honestly, it's quite funny. But
And not to mention not to mention that he's voiced by Chris Pratt, who will star in Guardians of the Galaxy, which hits theaters next month.
yes. Now, oh boy. We actually find, but then one day when Emmett gets off the road and he tries to follow a rebel named Wildstyle, he falls into a pit and comes across the piece of resistance.
Yeah, it's called the Piece of Resistance. And later, Wildlife, played by Elizabeth Banks, apparently
Wildstyle, not Wildlife.
Oh, Wildstyle, played by Elizabeth Banks, apparently leads Emmett to unto this godlike character named
played by Morgan Freeman, who said that he is the destined chosen one to stop Lord Business, played by Will Ferrell, from gluing the entire Lego universe into one big organized Lego world with glue. That's basically that's basically the big evil plot of this movie. Lord Business wants to use the Krugler or the
yeah, basically the world domination weapon is just sticky glue that he uses.
Yeah, he plans to stick that so he can stick anyone into a normal fashion, which for a kids movie, that's a pretty inventive plot.
Yeah, and apparently those are not the only characters in the movie. Like he mentioned, there's Batman,
who does an hilarious time parodying himself as the dark and brooding Batman. And don't worry, he does not use the deep voice.
He even actually makes fun of what costume that he likes to wear. He actually says this: I like dark black and very, very, very dark gray. And that was so funny.
And guess what? Wildstyle is actually his girlfriend. You know why? Because she likes dark and brooding men.
Ha!
But that's not the only characters. We also have a pirate. We also have a pirate who lost his body parts and replaced them with a mechanized suit. Basically, he's a pirate in a mech suit. So he's still very awesome.
Yeah. And plus, even other like famous iconic characters appear in this, like Michelangelo the Artist, Michelangelo the Ninja Turtle, dude. Even Superman, Green Lantern, and Wonder Woman appear in there. Plus, don't even forget to mention that Superman is played by Channing Tatum, Green Lantern is played by Jonah Hill, and Wonder Woman is played by Kobe Smulders. Yes, yeah. Kobe Smulders. She played Maria Hill in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. It's like if Warner Brothers asked her, like, don't worry, they'll never know.
Yeah, smuggle her into the DC franchise.
Yeah, but aside from that, the jokes were so funny.
Yes, I can think of many hilarious jokes in the film. I think one of the more funnier scenes, like one of the more funnier ones, is when Emmett goes to the Council of Master Builders. Yeah, those are the big rebellion, the Master Builders. And he tries to say how he's just an ordinary guy and how we're all probably going to be doomed. And basically, everyone just argues. And there's this very funny line where Abraham Lincoln, yes, the Lego figure version of Abraham Lincoln, says, I don't know what he says, but he says this funny line where he's like, I don't remember what he said, but it was this hilarious line where he said that about dividing and like a house divided by themselves and divided by itself, and he was like, I say not, and then he just gets on his big chair and it turns to a bloody rocket and it just flies away.
That was so funny. Yeah, and even some Star Wars characters appear in this, like Han, Chewie, and I think Lando, like Lando Calrissian, and Lando is actually voiced again by Billy Dee.
Yeah, Billy Dee himself reprised the role for that short little cameo.
I think it's probably they're just put it there just to promote Star Wars Episode 7.
Probably, but that will come out till what? 2017?
Actually, no. Next year.
Oh, I thought it was.
Yeah, but aside from that, the animation and the visuals, they're so beautiful.
Yes, like I said, it feels like a stop motion film, and it get away with a lot of creativity because every single thing that you can imagine is a Lego piece. The water, Lego. The clouds, Lego. The guns, basically Lego. And even the blasters, okay, they're multi computer generated, but they're also Lego. And even the glue has Lego.
Yeah, and I think there was one point where there was like fire, and it was actually Lego.
Yeah. So basically, anything in this world is Lego.
Yeah, and let's not forget there's also a character like who's actually a cop with a split personality, played by Liam freaking Neeson.
And he literally plays. I'm not even kidding. He literally plays good cop, bad cop. I'm not even kidding. He has a double-sided head that has both the good bad cop personality and a good cop personality. So the bad cop personality be like, tell me what the cracker is. Tell me what the cracker is. And then he will turn the head and be like, hey buddy, want some water? And then, but then,
however, he'll turn his head and say, where's the sugar? Where is it?
Yeah.
It was. Oh, it was funny.
And there's even a running joke where he constantly throws a chair.
Well, you know, it seems like the bad cops always throw the chairs.
Yeah.
You know, and also, by the way, there's actually one part where he meets up again with Lord Business, and Lord Business actually erases the good side.
Yeah, only leaving in the bad personality.
Yeah, just leaving in. Yeah, man. I swear that was so heartbreaking, I guess, because it was this nice person, you know, like, and then he just gets erased into existence, and now there only exists the villain.
Yeah, but let's not get too much involved in this movie. Overall, the movie has a very entertaining story, very likable characters, great visual effects, and it has some top-notch voice acting. Yes. And it even has some pretty good action, and it's certainly creative. This is one movie which is worth creating.
And this may possibly be the best animated movie of this year.
Next we come to one of the other great classics that came out this year, which is ironically a superhero film.
That is Captain America: The Winter Soldier.
Now the story here is that it's many years after the events of the Avengers and those other Phase 2 lead up films.
Yeah, like Iron Man 3, Thor: The Dark World.
Yeah, and we usually have Captain America trying to adapt to the modern day, along with his new friend, who later becomes the Falcon. Then all that comes to a halt when he is now being targeted by S.H.I.E.L.D. itself after Hydra itself takes over S.H.I.E.L.D. and he's now hunted down by this super soldier from his past named the Winter Soldier.
Who, by the way, we'll talk about his identity later.
Now it's up to Captain America, Black Widow, Nick Fury, who at first is said to be dead, and his new recruit, the Falcon, to uncover the secrets of Hydra and to find a way to stop S.H.I.E.L.D. from killing everyone, and to stop this assassin from his past, and even stop this new dictator named Alexander Pierce.
But wait a minute, wasn't Nick Fury put into a coma?
No, at the beginning of the film he is said to be dead, even though really he was put in a coma.
Oh. Yeah, because at first, like, I thought he was put into a coma, and he was
remember the scene where, like, it showed, like, the bag over his head, and it said that, and he was supposedly dead, even though really he faked his death?
Oh, yeah.
So, yeah, so like I said, it's now up to Captain America, Black Widow, Nick Fury, and this new recruit named the Falcon to stop Alexander Pierce, the new leader of Hydra, and to stop this new assassin from his past from destroying everyone, basically.
Mm.
I can honestly say
the story is actually quite well executed. I mean, it feels like a spy espionage thriller mixed in with some superhero movie elements, and that's what gives the movie top rate.
Yes, like I said, unlike the first one, which was more of a military-like like film. This
Well,
movie
like a
goes.
actually, I guess you might count it like a historical drama.
Well, it's more, well, yeah, but it's not really from a historical time. You don't really meet any historical characters.
Well, wasn't it like in World War II or something?
Whatever.
And don't even forget to mention they even mentioned Hitler.
Sorry, Dresser, you are not there. Anyway, the story is so. This story goes for more for a spy espionage film, which does give it a good feel for the film, given that it's the modern day, and this is we're talking about Shield here. We also meet some other more characters from the comics, like Crossbone, who works like a henchman to Alexander Pierce, which in the comics, which spoilers in the comics, he was the one that killed Captain America.
Yeah.
And we even get hints that he might become Crossbone at the end of the film.
Yeah, though he's only called. Though then again, he isn't mentioned as Crossbones, but he's only mentioned as Brock Rumlow, who is in fact Crossbones' alter ego.
Yeah.
But probably we might see him like probably in the third Captain America movie or something.
Yes, but again, we have no information about that film. I even made a video about that.
Yeah.
So yeah, as I was saying. But of course, we get to the characters, and like any other Marvel film, for the most part, they're pretty darn well done. Captain America, Steve Rogers. Captain America, played again by Chris Pratt.
No, Chris Pratt is Chris Evans.
Hey, there's a lot of Chris's in the world. I usually get confused.
Ah, okay. Well, I must say, Chris Evans, he surprisingly is like the best Captain America ever.
And
like,
yeah, I do not see anyone replace him. Sorry, Sebastian Stan, I do not see you as Captain America.
Yeah, right. However, this came from the same actor that played the Human Torch.
Well, let's be honest, he was good there as well. But in this film, he definitely does show a much different personality than he was in the Human Torch. He definitely shows the spirit of America. He truly is a soldier, and there's no other actor that can play that. Again, not sorry, Sebastian Stan, you just do not represent that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and then there's also Black Widow, once again played by Scarlett Johansson. And she has improved since the last two movies.
Hey, can you let me speak? Quit interrupting my talk.
Oh, jeez.
That.
You see, you just gave a perfect example. Go ahead.
Anyway, Black Widow in this film has more of a relationship and a character arc than she had in the last two movies, especially since her very poor portrayal in Iron Man 2. I'm sorry, I did not like her in that movie. I am so sorry.
Yeah.
She improved in Avengers, but I hated her in Iron Man 2. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
So anyway, but in Captain America: The Winter Soldier, she has a very fascinating relationship with Captain America. She truly does develop a relationship with Captain America, but not like the old-fashioned.
Yeah, not like the old-fashioned romantic relationship. Mostly like a partner relationship.
Yeah, and she truly does develop a friendship with Captain America, but again, they don't go for the whole romantic approach because, let's be honest, he already has a girlfriend, even though she's probably a billion years old by this point.
Well, yeah. And by the way, oh man, I especially really like that scene where Steve and Natasha, they go undercover to hide from the Hydra dressed as S.H.I.E.L.D. agents, and apparently they were forced, and then apparently she said, "Kiss me," and then apparently Steve was like, "What?" Like you could obviously tell that they have to do something in order to not get their identity discovered, and what do you know, they do actually share a kiss, however not in that romantic,
Yeah, but as I was saying, Natasha truly does form a relation, a character arc, because she doesn't have S.H.I.E.L.D. this time to, get her operation. She has to go rogue this time. She's being hunted down by S.H.I.E.L.D. and stuff, and not unless this bounty hunter like assassin who has the exact same strength as Captain America himself, only this time with bloody guns.
And let's not forget she had a bionic arm. And also, Black Widow, she does get her fair share of moments with a couple of action sequences. And let me tell you, they are awesome. Like,
we'll get to the action scenes later, but let's just continue this arc of characters. Next, we have a new character in the film, Falcon, who you may know as being made popular by the Avengers TV show and some other Avengers TV shows. I don't think he was ever that popular in the comics.
Yeah, however, really, Anthony Mackie, he does such a really good Falcon, and you could definitely see in the film his partnership with Steve, and later when Steve and Natasha are hunted down by SHIELD, they go to him, and that's when he decides to join the team. I really love that scene, by the way.
Now, if there's anything I must take away from the Falcon, is that, well, he doesn't get the wings till later in the film, and he doesn't really do any action scene until probably the final big action scene of the movie. But to be honest, in those action scenes, the action scenes with Falcons are very well done, using both flight combat and guns to help him out.
Oh yeah.
Too bad they get destroyed. Too bad they get destroyed by the end of the film.
Yeah. Well, then again, okay, I think probably DC's jealous by now because they want a Hawkman movie. You know, because let's face it, if you look at Falcon, he's like Hawkman or something. But moving on.
Well, Hawkman, well, he's not getting into a movie, so I don't think DC has anything to be jealous about.
I don't know.
Alright. That's what I was saying. Falcon, even when he doesn't get the wings, he still has a very genuine personality. He does form a friendship with Steve Rogers and Natasha at some points. And he definitely does, and he does have a personality, and he definitely, well, more of the comedy relief, if I must say. He is very funny when it comes to some points, but he does take his job very seriously, especially in the final action scene.
Yep, and he only gets like a brief second fight with the Winter Soldier at the end. That is until his wings get knocked down.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah.
But still, the Falcon was a very well done character, and when we do see him fight, it's soaring up high. Oh
yeah. Next, we have Samuel L. Motherfucking Jackson as Nick Fury.
This is probably the best film that has Nick Fury yet. Why? Because this is probably the only this is the only Marvel film where he actually has character development. Yeah.
Wait, what? Not even in the Avengers?
Yeah. Have you ever noticed that? Nick Fury, throughout all of these Marvel films, even in the bloody Avengers film, he was the main focus, not the main focus, but he was the main character. He did not get that much character development.
Man, I can't believe it.
But in this film, he does get some genuine character development in this film. Being kicked out of SHIELD and having to be forced to fake his death, you can see that does take a toll on him. And you can see that when he redeems himself by taking out Alexander Pierce and saving Black Widow.
Yeah, and perhaps this is also the Marvel film where we get to see the vulnerable side of him.
Yeah, we see him get easily taken out by the Winter Soldier, by a simple grenade to his car, and he gets assassinated at the same time after he goes to Steve's house, and again being forced to go to pretend his death so he can still operate underground.
Also, did I forget to mention that Maria Hill's in this movie?
Yes, I know that.
Yeah, forgot to mention it.
So yeah, Nick Fury again. Samuel L. Jackson does an amazing job as Nick Fury. No one else can top him. So yeah. Now, as I was saying, Nick Fury, they show most of his vulnerable sides. Again, trying to lead his team through underground, no longer having the help of SHIELD.
Yeah,
so,
I mean,
this film is much more developed in this one than he did in any other. So yeah, next we have the assassin from the past, the Winter Soldier.
Who, by the way, it's Bucky Barnes. I'm pretty sure we obviously expected at this point. I'm pretty sure any single one of you that views this video as a comic book fan, you obviously know that Bucky's the Winter Soldier. Really.
They even reveal his face in a bloody poster.
Yeah. And also, it's the same actor.
Yes, and
It's the same actor, so you would obviously expect, oh, it's Bucky.
Yeah.
But, however,
and also I do not agree on the fact that Sebastian Stan should be Captain America. I made that very well known in my last video, in one of my videos, but I just want to recount that.
yeah, because you made that video when you were on vacation.
Yes. Yes.
But,
and San Domenico Republic.
oh yeah, very beautiful place to vacation at. Also, but despite that, the reveal of Bucky as the Winter Soldier, it still comes off as revealing. Even if you expect it.
Yeah, even though I did expect Bucky Barnes, the way that they executed it was pretty darn cool.
Yeah, and let me like when Captain America sort of like punches his mask off, and then we see his face, you're like, oh, it's Bucky.
Now here's a downside: the Winter Soldier does not get that much screen time in this film.
Well, yeah, for a film called The Winter Soldier, I expected more.
But that does not mean that he was a disappointing character. The scenes where he does appear are definitely amazing. The fight scenes with him, Captain America, are just pretty well done, I must say.
The fight scene with on the highway, that was so intense. Like especially where literally you see him on the back and he's just walking. He's just walking with that mask and that hair flowing. Even with that, he's so menacing.
Yes, and even the final battle between him and Captain America on the walkways of the helicarrier, it's an epic final battle. It starts with them like facing up each other like a classic western. Like I almost expected like a no.
No, it's a superhero film, not a western.
Yeah, I almost expected that. And then they charge at the other, and they like fight to the death, and sadly most of the fight is on close-up, so it's pretty hard to see. But when you see the fight's like an epic fight. You can see they're brawling, they're punching each other, they're like boo, and they're boo, and they're like bang, and he's like bang, and then it's like boom.
What? Ew.
Ow. Ah.
You okay?
Oh, I just broke my jaw. Ow.
You should never do stunts, kids. Okay, but however, during the fight, Steve actually tries to bring Bucky back, like.
And eventually it does pay off. When Captain America is near death and even falls from the helicarrier, Bucky himself, even though he tried to kill him who knows how many bloody times, comes in and rescues him and just walks off, leaving him alive but never revealing himself again.
Yeah, I mean, it's like probably like if Bucky was back, but we don't know that.
And I swear, when Captain America fell into the water and we thought he was gonna die, I was like, no, you cannot.
No. I swear, if he died, I swear. Okay, if you thought that he died, what would that mean?
Then I'll mean that.
Oh my goodness. But thankfully, he did not die. Obviously.
Good. Because come on, you cannot have a team without the leader. If they kill off the leader in this second film, that would be just upsetting.
If they kill him off in the second Avengers movie, that will be BS. Yeah. But however, Bucky's character, he probably might be like one of the best comic book movie villains up to date. Really.
Well, I wouldn't call him a great comic book. I won't say one of the better comic book villains. Because of the fact that he gets so little screen time, we don't really get too much character development. We only get one scene where he's not fighting and we get some actual character development, and that's the scene where he gets his main brainwashed by Alexander Pierce.
Yeah, but dude, you have to admit, he's better than Whiplash or Ironmonger or Mandarin. Come on.
Hey, I like Ironmonger.
Yeah, but dude, he pales in comparison to Winter Soldier.
Ahem. Listen, I like Ironmonger. Okay? I will not say he's better, but at least Ironmonger got some screen time.
Just because he got some screen time doesn't mean he's better.
Because at least we got to develop his villainous side as long as his character and relationship with Tony With the Winter Soldier, we barely get that. We only get one scene again with Alexander Pierce, and the rest of the scenes with him are just fighting scenes. So, while he is a cool villain, he does have an interesting backstory, he does not get too much character development. And for me, that's the most important thing I want to see in a villain, unless they're born psychotic, like the Joker. But he's obviously not the Winter Soldier's character. He's obviously trying to be complex and sympathetic, and I do see it in his backstory, but I do not see it in a character development standpoint. So obviously he's supposed to be a character that we feel about, but sadly, since we do not get too much character time with him, we do not get too much of that character development. And I understand if you're gonna make a psychotic villain, then okay, don't get too much character development. At least make them enjoyable to watch. Okay, the Winter Soldier was enjoyable to watch, but I wouldn't say
he was.
Yes, but. I don't know. I just wish they could have given him more character development. That's all I would have wanted. And because he doesn't get too much screen time, we don't get a lot of that, which makes the final shot with him saving Captain America. You know, it was very satisfying, but it wouldn't be. But he's not like Oscar worthy. I must say.
Well, okay. But could I say that he's one of the best comic book movie villains of this year?
I don't know. We haven't seen every comic book movie yet, so we can't really make a decision yet.
Well, we already got 2 more.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm counting Turtles. But we'll talk about that some other time. So overall, Sebastian Stan, great performance. Bucky, Winter Soldier, great character, great villain, and just really overall, just a very good character.
Now, just wish he could have gotten a bit more screen time. If so, he would have been one of the better ones. But sadly, as he is right now, he's a good villain, but nothing more.
But then sadly, we have the real main villain, Alexander Pierce, played by Robert Redford.
Now, if you remember my video that I released a few, who knows how many months ago or years ago.
Oh no, it was way months ago. It was probably back in March.
When I made my video that the Red Skull was gonna be either Alexander Pierce or just some other different character, well, I was semi-right. You see, Alexander Pierce never reveals himself as the Red Skull. In fact, the Red Skull.
He's not the Red Skull. He's not. And dude, I swear, I think you were at least probably 40% right.
Well, I was more 50% right.
Yeah.
Because, let's be honest, his character is basically, if you've seen his character, how he acts, you would think the same thing. The things that Alexander Pierce does in this film is almost as villainous as what the Red Skull could do. Let's think about what he does in this film, shall we? He brainwashes Captain America's best friend into being a killing machine. You know, a big killing machine.
Actually, I think that was Arnim Zola.
Well, in the present, he still mind controls him.
Yeah.
Well, he takes over S.H.I.E.L.D. on the inside out. That's pretty darn impressive.
Pretty damn impressive.
He puts a target and makes him a criminal of Captain America. Like having all the S.H.I.E.L.D. on his head.
True.
He plans to send the new and improved helicarriers to target innocent civilians and destroy them. And he also puts takes over Natasha. You know, in the final confrontation, he remotely controls Natasha, so Samuel Jackson couldn't kill him, and he does a lot of villainous things.
Though, however, is he a better villain than the Red Skull?
No.
And why?
Well, let's face it. The Red Skull is an iconic Captain America villain, and let's be honest. Let's just face it. As enjoyable as Alexander Pierce was in a villain, the fact that he's honestly the main villain of the movie, he just cannot match with the terrorist that was Red Skull.
He was like the superpowered version of Adolf Hitler.
Yeah, and we don't really see that with Alexander Pierce. He doesn't even have any fight scenes. All he ever does is try to kill.
Well, he tries to shoot a gun or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, and guess what? You know what's his last words?
Hail Hydra.
Hail Hydra. Yeah. I mean, and I swear, remember when he died? And I swear, I was like, so he wasn't the Red Skull. And I swear, I literally turned to you. I literally turned to you, and then I said, "Am I right?"
I was 50%
Oh
right.
yeah. Okay, but the more important is he's not the Red Skull, even though he acts like him.
Oh, shut it! At least I was close enough.
Close enough. Who knows? We might have seen like a couple of red, like a couple of red on his face or something.
Anyway.
Actually, no, we didn't. No, but however, goodness, I cannot believe that they had to give the villain to Alexander Pierce when really, why call the movie The Winter Soldier at all?
I don't know. The Winter Soldier is only a lackey at best.
Man, can I believe it? I mean, it's like Star Trek Into Darkness, where you think that Khan is the main villain, but no, instead they had to give it to RoboCop. It's exactly what they did here, and I was so pissed off.
Wait, isn't Khan the main villain of Star Trek Into Darkness?
Actually, no, it was Alexander Marcus.
But well, he gets killed by Khan. He later becomes the main villain again.
That's exactly what happened in The Winter Soldier.
Well, no, like Alexander Pierce doesn't. Well, the Winter Soldier doesn't kill Alexander Pierce and becomes the main villain. He becomes a henchman throughout until he becomes a good guy.
Still, it's kind of similar. But anyway, how was his character?
Well, I do say he is a very enjoyable villain. The fact that he gets a lot of screen time does help in developing his character a bit.
Yeah, and even gets a few scenes with Captain America, and some of the dialogue that they speak, it actually does matter to the story, really.
Jason, we're doing a video. This is not the time to go into the internet and looking at other stuff.
Okay.
Okay, so don't block my profile picture. So anyway, as I was saying, now, so yes, Alexander Pierce, an enjoyable villain. Well, maybe 50% right. He still acts enough like the Red Skull for anyone to be satisfied. Hell, he might as well have been the Red Skull.
Well, he's not.
Shut up.
Not. Not.
Don't make me mute you.
Mm-hmm.
I swear I will mute you. I will mute you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay then, I'll mute you. So next up we have Agent 13, who, as you may know, which if you don't know, she was the daughter of Peggy Carter in the comics.
Actually, isn't she the niece?
I don't know. The way you explained it to me, she was like the daughter or niece. I don't know what you explained.
Oh yeah. It was the niece, okay?
Okay, well that's the way you explained it. Anyway, Peggy Carter was said to be the niece to be the niece of Peggy Carter, and even at one point became a love interest to Captain America.
Yep. However, in this movie, she's only referred to as Kate.
And
I have no idea why.
Yeah, they never make a reference to her and Peggy Carter, or even she never even has a relationship. She never even has a single scene with Captain America.
Yeah, I mean, they don't even call her Sharon or at one point, or at least even mention that, or oh, her last name is Carter, and then probably that might remind Captain America about Peggy.
But no, she just says she's either called that or Agent 13.
Yeah, but however, her character was surprisingly well done.
Well, not well done. She really doesn't do much in the film.
But then again, the actress does a really good performance.
Well, yeah, but that's a very different thing. You can't just say the character was good because of the actor. That was still half the cast of the Star Wars prequels could have been decent.
Right.
So while the actress does a good job, the character really doesn't get to do much. She's only there for fanfare, really. Oh my goodness! This is Sony all over again! Ah!
I will go hide in shame. Actually, no, just kidding. I'm not gonna go hide in shame. Okay, yeah, okay. There's not really much about her character aside from the fact that she's Captain America's neighbor or something. But overall, the actress does a good job. But however, really, the character doesn't really do much.
And that's really all the characters like I can be able to say to you that that can even be mentioned as mains.
And let's not even forget, we even also get some brief cameos from the ones from the previous movie. Like, for example,
they don't count as main characters.
Whatever, they have to be mentioned.
Okay, mention them as you will.
Yeah, apparently Toby Jones actually.
They do not.
Apparently Toby Jones reprises his role as Arnim Zola, and apparently he serves more to the main plot. And he's not the robot like the robot from the comics, really. Like, you know, like where his head is like from the belly.
But it is said that he has planted his memories and his brains into the computer so he can live for generations to come after the Red Skull's death.
Yeah, supposed death.
Yeah, supposed death.
Yeah, and apparently he actually and he was actually the one that reveals that Hydra has been has infiltrated S.H.I.E.L.D. the whole time, really.
And actually, he was the one, from what I can remember, that killed Howard Stark.
Oh yeah. Yeah, surprisingly, it was not Red Skull. No. Like, okay, were you actually surprised that Arnim Zola was the one that killed Howard Stark?
That was I don't know. I do not see the Lackey doing that big of an execution.
Yeah, but and really, what do you know? Guess what are his last words? You cut off one head, two more shall take its place. Hail Hydra! And that's before he gets blasted to pieces.
And he dies basically.
Yeah, he's deceased. And even another character who makes a cameo, by the way, that actually serves more to the story is actually a very old Peggy Carter, played again by Haley Atwell.
How can she be counted as a plot? She only appears for like a one-scene cameo, and she doesn't really do anything, only to show to Steve that things have changed, and everyone that he loved are either dead or super old.
But isn't the premise of the plot, really?
Well, yeah, but she could have been taken out of the film, and they still could have done that. You know, by showing her deceased grave or something else. I don't know, but you can't really count her as a main focus on the plot. She's only there to enforce their themes.
Yeah. But then again, that scene, I have to admit, was emotional.
Yes, especially when Peggy Carter forgets Captain America. It's like, Steve, you're here. Oh, how I missed you.
Oh,
yeah,
goodness. I swear, by the end of that scene, I almost let like one tear. Oh my God.
I know.
Man.
So yeah, and we also get a few other cameos that only appear. For example, Tommy Lee Jones and young Peggy Carter can be seen on the wall of the old bunker from the old S.H.I.E.L.D. interchange when they visit the old camp.
Yeah, and there are even some flashbacks of Arnim Zola actually testing on Bucky from. I'm pretty sure it was in the film.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, and however, just like any other Marvel movie, guess what? It has a post-credit scene.
Of bloody course. And in this post-credit scene, we get introduced to the supposed main villain for the Avengers, or for Captain America 3, Baron Von Strucker.
Actually, the main villain for Avengers 2 is Ultron.
I know, but I was just saying, like, the new Hydra leader is Baron Von Strucker.
Yeah. And apparently, you know what's surprising? He has Loki's scepter.
And not only that, he has Miracles, which is basically Quicksilver and Scarlet Witch. Not the mutant versions, there's newer versions.
Yeah, or as he refers to them, the twins.
Yeah, but they're really called Miracles in this franchise.
Yeah, but however, and in fact, they are actually played by. They're actually played by Aaron Taylor Johnson and Elizabeth Olsen, who would later star in another movie this year.
Well, you remember that played the husband or the husband and wife from Godzilla. And let's be honest, aside from the sister, I did not like Aaron Taylor Johnson's performance in that film.
Yeah, but we'll get to that soon.
Yeah. But aside from that, that's all the character matches. Let's talk about the effects. The effects pretty darn well. There's not many explosions or many groundbreaking effects, but they're pretty good for what we see.
Like, for example, like when a car flips over, like when it lands, you feel the impact. Like you feel like that car has landed.
But aside from that, there's not really any other special effects in the film that we can really talk about. So let's just skim over that. Next we have
but wait a minute. What about some others like Falcon's wings or something?
Well, those were pretty impressive, but we can discuss that in another section, which is basically the fight scenes. And let me tell you the fight scene.
Oh, by the way, we forgot to mention, here's probably the best part of the movie. You know what that is?
What?
You really know what that is?
The Stan Lee cameo!
Wait. Bingo! Bingo! That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Stan Lee makes a cameo in this as a Smithsonian guard.
And where it basically says, after the costume gets taken by Captain America, he's like, oh, I'm gonna be fired.
Like, such a great cameo. It was, I have to admit, it was a better cameo than the first Avenger, where he was like, I thought he might be taller. But yeah, we had to mention it. Come on.
Anyway, the fight scenes are very amazing. The fight scenes with Captain America and the Winter Soldiers are just amazing to watch. Falcon's fights with his wings are pretty darn awesome. And that final battle with the helicarriers and Captain America and Falcon was pretty darn amazing.
Oh yeah. And I have to admit, I never expected such a fight between Falcon and Crossbones, really.
Yeah, but it does make sense. They're the two like side characters of the film, so it was a very impressive fight.
Yeah, I mean, it was mostly just like martial arts combat. This one Falcon, he lost his wings.
Yeah, sadly.
Yeah, but then again, it was a really cool fight.
Yes, until it gets interrupted by a helicarrier crashing into the building.
Yeah, which crashes into a building, and then all of a sudden, Crossbones get like crushed in the debris.
And gets half of his face burned, with hints of him getting his mask.
Yep.
Yes. So anyway, yeah, the fight scenes are pretty darn awesome. But let's just get ahead of it.
By the way.
Oh boy.
Is that Fairly Odd Parents playing in the background?
How do you know that?
I have super hearing!
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's right. When it was silent for a moment, then all of a sudden I heard Timmy say, "Can you use Grandma Juice, giant snake?" Yeah, I have super hearing.
Yeah, but you don't have super speak ability. Did you just mute me?
You muted me.
Shut up, or I'll shut you up. Haha. So anyway, that's basically all I have to say in the film. Overall, it was a great superhero film, probably the best in Phase 2 in the Marvel Cinematic Universe in Phase 2. And overall, it was just a great film for this year. So overall, Captain America: The Winter Soldier gets a thumbs up. Ding! And
actually, for me, it gets 2 thumbs up.
So anyway, this film definitely serves America.
Ow! Nah, just kidding, it didn't hurt. But yeah. And it does make sense because last time it was the 4th of July, so really, come on.
Yeah.
You know, like.
So anyway,
America! Yeah!
No, do not use that song on my presents. This is America!
America!
Yes.
America. Yeah.
And when you have that mouse on the mute button.
What?
Do you have that mouse and the mute button?
Ah, I see you have seeing skills.
Ah, I have eyes wider than any. I can see even the tiniest little details.
Oh, by the way, is it okay if I could invite... Oh, damn it.
What?
Is it okay if I can invite some people over?
If they're willing to come, I guess. So
Damn it, it's not letting me. Forget it. No.
Only I can invite people, I think.
Okay. Perhaps you might invite people if you want.
Well, do you want me to invite someone? Because I don't know.
Well, it would be okay to talk with someone else, you know, like to...
I don't know. I don't know. I don't usually like meeting strangers about video.
Oh, so you called... oh, wait a minute. So you called G.A. Villain a stranger?
No, I just never met him.
Oh.
Oh, by the way...
Actually, didn't you meet him in the comments once?
Well, yeah, but comments are different. They don't really see like your face or physical skills or anything.
Well, that's true.
But anyway, we're getting off topic. Next, we come to our next best films of 2014 so far, which is a monster film for once, Godzilla, or in the English term, Godzilla.
Wait a minute, wasn't there another film before that?
Do not make reference to that film.
Yeah, the Amazing Spider-Man 2.
That's just it. We're not going to talk about that film yet. We'll talk about the film another time.
We'll talk about that film some other time, really?
That's it.
Now.
Anyway, this is Godzilla. The king is back in his newest reboot that's hopefully to revive the franchise after it got killed off by the Roland Emmerich version.
Oh.
Which basically I decided to call Zilla.
Yeah.
So
but
anyway,
this is Godzilla!
Yeah. So anyway, as I was trying to say, this is Godzilla's newest film out of retirement after he had to go to a deep retirement.
Yeah, the last time we saw him was in Final Wars, and that was 10 years ago.
Yeah. So the king stand a chance to return? Let's find out. Now considering that this is a reboot, the origin is done differently this time. We find out that many years ago, somewhere near, like, I don't really know how specific timeline this took place, but many years ago, some people noticed a giant monster living to the seas of the ocean, so they decided to blow it up with a nuclear bomb, which did not even kill it at all.
But, however, it didn't work!
So it's been many years, but we find out that either Godzilla or this new monster attacked a power plant that killed the wife of the father of our main character. Many years later, the father has been obsessed over this creature that destroyed the power plant, and many people at this point decided to call him Cuckoo, Cuckoo, Cuckoo.
Surprisingly, he's played by Bryan Cranston.
And you're doing it again. You're going on the internet.
Can you just continue?
People still need to see me, and your TV is the closest they got.
Dude, the camera will like focus between both and back.
Well, yeah, but that doesn't give you no reason. But that gives you no reason. But what about some shots when you're talking that I want people to see? I can't believe we're starting to do this when we're live. But anyway, as I was saying, the son of our main character comes to release the father from his prison after another one of his cuckoo, cuckoo, cuckoo breakdowns. But he managed to drag his son to a top secret organization when they actually had one of the monsters that destroyed the power plant all those years ago. It's apparently a new Muto monster called some weird Japanese name.
Actually, it's just called Muto.
Yeah, but I was just gonna call him the monster, the new monster, the spider monster. That's what I'm gonna call him.
Actually, call it the Cloverfield monster because that's what it is.
Not the Cloverfield monster. Only it's more cooler than the Cloverfield monster.
Hey, it's still a cool monster.
Anyways, Cloverfield monster breaks out of his little egg, I guess, and kills the father, Bryan Cranston. No! Why kill the one man? Why kill the one man who was promoted in every other trailer for this movie? He was
This white man.
You know what? Oh, I got it. Like, I can just imagine, just, why kill off the main character that was promoted in every other trailer? And I guess it was like, well, he's a secondary main character in a monster movie. He's always gonna die.
Yeah, that's like, okay, you know what? I could just imagine if Sony got a hold of the Godzilla trailers and it will just open up with Bryan Cranston in the body bag.
Yeah, basically. So basically, Bryan Cranston dies, and the son now has to get back home and to get his family. With his wife and daughter. I think it's his daughter. Yeah, I think it's his daughter.
Actually, no, it's the son.
Oh, I always forgot that. I just never even remember the sons or daughters in these type of films. But later, so the Cloverfield monster attacks all iconic landmarks to get his mate, so they can birth more monsters.
Yeah, and there's actually a scene where the female literally has like this giant orange ball carrying thousands of little Mutos. Woo!
Just call it Cloverfield monsters. That's basically what they are.
I'm just gonna call them Mutos.
Just call them Cloverfield monsters. It's more simpler.
I'm just gonna call them Mutos.
Did he just kill something?
It was just a pen, damn it.
Very well done, video game nerd.
Yeah, you too, nostalgia.
I don't even have the bloody glasses or suit. Why even compare me to that?
You act like him sometimes.
Oh yes, I act like them sometimes. Not like I review movies for the old days.
Hey, it's true. It's true. And besides, you even said back credit card one time. Wait a minute. Back credit card!
We're done here.
No!
Anyway, so our main character battles through the
Oh man, you can't mute me! Oh, wait a minute.
Don't make me inject you. Don't make me... Okay, I see an option to eject.
Oh, wait.
Or I can hide you. Thanks. So anyway, our main character needs to get to his wife before the monsters can destroy them. Not outnumbered and seem hopeless, the Japanese scientist finds out there's only one way to stop him, by bringing up Godzilla. So
basically Godzilla's more treated like the one that's destined to destroy the monsters, like.
And we do get to see Godzilla for a total of 15 minutes.
Freaking 15 minutes!
No matter, we'll get to that later. But so yeah, it's up to Godzilla and the humans to stop the Cloverfield monsters from birthing more monsters and basically taking over the world or destroying the world, whatever the guys like.
Of course.
So it's up to stop them. So it's up to them to stop the Cloverfield monsters before they turn the whole world into their buffet.
Yeah, the buffet.
Now the characters are mixed bag. The main character is boring and uninteresting, which really makes me worried about his portrayal as Quicksilver in Avengers 2. Because if he's that boring, if he's gonna be that boring in the film, I have no hope. What did you just say?
So it bores. Okay, wait a minute. Now you're worried about Quicksilver? Really?
Dude, an actor's portrayal in other films.
Just because that he was boring in one film?
Hey! When I see an actor in one film, I'm usually
oh my! This is probably the first time ever.
Oh come on! It's just like Shia LaBeouf.
Well, unlike him, Aaron Taylor Johnson's actually a good actor.
Well, at the most part, but not in this film. He just acts like the generic army dude who shows no emotion.
He just mostly speaks like this.
Yeah, and for me, that was not interesting. Seriously, if you're gonna have a monster movie, you're gonna focus mostly on the humans and not on Godzilla. You should try pretty hard to make them interesting. Unfortunately, this main character is not interesting.
Thankfully, the life is interesting.
Yeah, but she doesn't get too much to do.
Yeah.
Like, the most interesting human character in this movie is Bryan Cranston's character. Like, every emotion, every bit of dialogue he delivers is so impactful that it makes it does not feel like he's acting it out from a script.
It feels like it's like actually like a real disaster, and this is reaction to it. You know, like, and also, why couldn't you know what would have been better?
What?
If this movie were sort of like a father-son bonding, you know, like if you know we could get more connections, and you know it would just overall be a much more stronger film.
Too bad the father gets killed up at the end of the first act.
Yep, and instead, really, we just get Aaron Taylor Johnson just acting like the generic army dude, and like.
So basically, we all know why we're here, for the monsters, and Godzilla definitely looks amazing in this film. Nice, for the first time we see Godzilla, and it shows his leg, then it goes up, then we see Godzilla, and then he gives his iconic roar.
I swear, literally, the audience applauded.
And we're expecting an epic fight, and then it cuts to the aftermath.
Oh my goodness! It cuts to like the TV, and it's like, oh, you're seeing, oh yeah, we're seeing like this big epic monster fight, but you can't see it. You can only see it on the TV. You stupid little motherfuckers.
Yeah, I think you can figure out what is our main problem with this film. Godzilla is barely in this film.
Yeah, for a film called Godzilla, I think you might expect much.
Yeah, he appears most of the time we see him underwater, and I can only imagine 3 instances where we can actually see Godzilla. Once in Hawaii. I think that's Hawaii.
Yeah, it was in the I think it was in the Hawaiian airport.
Two at the bridge when all the kids are being evacuated. And finally, in the final battle between the 2 Cloverfield monsters.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, for a film called Godzilla, there's not too much Godzilla.
That's like if they make a King Kong movie and then really King Kong is just only there for 15 minutes. And no, don't even count the Peter Jackson remake, because obviously he got more screen time than we should expect.
Mm-hmm. So as I was saying, so yeah, but I do have to be honest, when Godzilla's around, it is just awesome.
Especially, you know what? Why couldn't we get this Godzilla from the 1998 version?
I don't know.
Why? Just why? Okay.
Because they're trying to make it more realistic.
Well, realistic. Just realistic. It's a giant monster.
And you know what? In the original script, Godzilla was supposed to fight a monster called the Griffin. So yeah.
But thankfully, Godzilla gets to fight 2 monsters.
Yeah. So yeah, in this film, so yeah, Godzilla, while we do see him, he is pretty awesome. But sadly, ironically, the monster gets the most screen times. It's the Cloverfield monsters.
I mean, okay, let's see here. This is probably the only time. In fact, this is probably one of the few times where the villain always gets more screen time than the hero. That's like if the Joker got more screen time than oh wait.
Hey, at least he was an enjoyable villain.
Yeah, but still, why
At least he was an enjoyable villain.
Yeah, but why call it Batman?
At least he was an enjoyable villain. At least he's an enjoyable villain. At least he's an enjoyable villain. Still, the monster fight is, well, the one really. It's just amazing. We see Godzilla fight these these monsters, and it is just a spectacle to see.
Yes.
So yeah, Godzilla.
Freaking awesome.
Yeah,
I swear, literally, like when Godzilla sort of like whacks the monster with the tail, and then it's knocked in the building. Holy boom! It was so awesome. And then, dude, Godzilla's fire breath is in this movie.
Yes, when he finally grabs the Cloverfield, when he's down on his luck, he activates his spikes. You see it glowing, and then finally we see a more satisfying.
He just literally in the final, he rips open it like King Kong, and then evaporates.
Oh yeah, Godzilla. Well, so Godzilla will have some major problems. Still has enough monster action and enough good human interaction, I guess.
And the human drama too.
Yeah, so Godzilla is certainly a monster film you should definitely see, because this is definitely the return of the king.
Well, the return of the king of the monsters.
And now finally to end off this video, because we don't want to make this a bloody marathon, we're gonna
However, at the end of the video, we're gonna count down our top 5, and we're gonna leave a question to you guys of what you think is gonna be your top 5 movies of 2014 so far. And obviously, I do think that probably some of you might put Dawn of the Planet of the Apes on the list, because I already know that probably some people might have seen it already.
Way to spoil the ending.
Hey, sometimes a lot of people do that.
Yeah, but I'm not that type of person.
What type of person you're?
What was that?
Not the type of person. You're a YouTuber.
Yes, but I'm not the type of YouTuber that likes to spoil the ending of my own video.
Oh, I get it. Okay.
So anyway, the final film that we're going to introduce to this video is the superhero of the year, X-Men: Days of Future Past. Said to be, with Bryan Singer back to direct the franchise, we get this film as a love letter to write off all the terrible written stuff they did in the previous movies, including X-Men: Last Stand and X-Men Origins Wolverine.
Mostly X-Men Origins Wolverine.
And X-Men Last Stand.
And Origins Wolverine.
And Last Stand.
And Wolverine.
Shut it before I pluck your eye out with this! Come!
Okay, so
anyway, the story here is that is many ways into the future! Well, this future is apocalyptic.
Yeah, and apparently it's overrun by mutant hunting machines called the Sentinels.
Who with the blood of Mystique managed to adapt their powers to any mutants that they can come across, which made them quickly kill off any mutants they have. The only remaining mutants is a small resistance group led by Wolverine, Professor X, and Magneto. Now they think of a plan to have Kitty Pryde send Wolverine back to the past to stop Mystique from killing Boulevard Trask, the creator of the Sentinels, and to fix it and to stop this war from before it ever began. Quote from Ian McKellen, by the way.
Oh, obviously, every actor reprises their roles.
Now, with Wolverine back in the past, he must reunite. He must get Professor X from the past and Magneto from the past as well.
By the way, are played by James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender.
To stop Mystique and save the future. Though it gets pretty intense because it does not get that simple, because Mystique, desperate to kill Boulevard Trask and Magneto, well, he just wants to be evil. He wants to kill Mystique. Though Professor X does not want to do that, and he lost his legs because his drug that took away his mind powers. And it's a very complicated story, so I'm just gonna end it with this synoptic. Wolverine needs to stop the Sentinels and stop Mystique from killing Boulevard Trask so he can save the future. Basically, it's like that. All the while, the Sentinels are knocking by the future's door.
Yeah, it's like we're here to deliver pizza.
Oh, really? Pizza? Ah!
Your future is if the motherfucker.
So yeah, you can tell this. So you can tell that, that this has Bryan Singer written all over it. Bryan Singer was born to direct these movies, and you can definitely tell.
Oh, and guess what?
And
In
now we can see that by the very beginning when we hear the iconic X2 theme and at the opening credits. And let me tell you, when I heard that, I had such great nostalgia memories.
I had chills, man. Chills.
So yeah, also yeah, it was a great start for the film, and it only gets better from there. The story is great. We get to see both the past X-Men and the future X-Men in the same movie.
Though sadly, we only get to see more of the past and the future. Which is kind of good, by the way.
Though still, Patrick Stewart and Ian McKellen reprising their roles is still an amazing treat. And let me tell you, there's a scene in this movie where the past Charles Xavier met the future Charles Xavier. Let me tell you, it was so awesome to see these two actors together. And
in fact, really, that's actually probably like
that was the best scene.
Most of my favorite scenes are mostly in the past, really. Yeah, for some reason.
Well, one of my favorite scenes has to do with the future as well.
Yeah, but then again, really.
Yeah. Quite upsetting me. So yeah, let's get to the characters. First, of course, we have Hugh Jackman reprising his role as Wolverine. And come on, it's Hugh Jackman. He's been playing this role for nearly a decade, and he is still awesome in it.
In fact, you know what? This is probably the best performance he ever got. In fact, really, this is probably in fact, okay, forget. Wait a minute. Excuse me. Wait. This is probably the film where, in fact, you know what? Wolverine was 10 million times more better in this film than the previous ones.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, dude, even better than X2. Come on.
I'm not going that far. I am not going
I'm going that far.
No, you're not going that far. No, you're not going that far. Wolverine was done...
I'm going that far.
No, I disagree with you there 100%. While I do agree that this film is better than X2, Wolverine's character development was done far better in X2 when it came to his backstory, his character development, his relationship with Stryker. It was all done a million times better in X2. Yes, Stryker is in this film, but there's not too much time to the... Yes, sure, we get to see when Wolverine sees Stryker, and he has like this breakdown, like this epilepsy, like it's like a seizure, but that's really about it.
Yeah, like he sort of has like flashbacks of the Brian Cox Stryker.
Yeah, but that's really about it. While in X2, we get many scenes to develop his relationship with Stryker, and honestly,
okay.
It was
Alright. Okay,
yeah.
so Hugh Jackman is Wolverine. Still awesome. Come on, still awesome.
Still awesome, there's no doubt about it, and he still has some bad ball lines. Like for example, when he meets Beast, and he's like, "You may not know it, but you guys are gonna be best friends." And he punches the past Beast in the face.
Yeah, and then he says, "Guess we're gonna find out." And really, that just only makes Beast angry, and then just beats the fuck out of him.
Yeah, which does lead to a very cool end. So yeah. Hugh Jackman, he's always going to be the best Wolverine.
Oh, yeah. Really? Yeah, no one can replace him.
Yeah. Yes, and it's even better than the one from the TV show.
Okay, I think probably a lot of people are going to disagree with you on that.
No, I highly doubt it. A lot of people will agree on me on this.
Yeah, but some people might. I.e.
Some, but most people will agree with me.
Next we have James McAvoy as the young Professor X.
Hey, what did I say about interrupting?
Yes.
As I thought.
By the way, yeah, we have James McAvoy as young Professor X.
Anyway, this has to be probably the best. Like, I liked him in First Class, but really, that was Magneto's movie. This film is Charles's movie. Now,
The past Charles, by the way.
hey, both Charles get equal amount. Anyway. Do not make me get the comb.
What's the comb gonna do?
You don't want to know what this comb. I'm gonna do with this comb.
What? Floss my hair?
No, I could use this comb to stick it into your eyes and maybe even stick it up your. You don't even want to know what I'm gonna stick this into. Trust me. This comb can kill you. And I know you're trying to insult me there, so don't even bother.
No, I'm just staring off.
Yeah, I'm gonna believe that.
Moving on.
Yeah. Anyway, Jane Malkovich still does a great job in the role. Well, I still prefer Patrick Stewart. He still does a pretty good job as the young Charles Xavier. He has some great character moments, especially in his earlier scenes where he's basically just a hippie, overdosed by drugs so he can still have his legs, but losing his mental capacity. But then finally, when he does get his mental powers, with years of not using them, he's out of his league, and he has a hard time controlling Cerebro. But you definitely see a true character arc, and you can definitely see this with the scene with him and Magneto, and with Mystique. So overall, this is Charles' movie, downright.
Then we have Michael Fassbender as the young Magneto, and dude, let me tell you, he has to be the best comic book movie villain of this year.
What? Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, dude. Okay, if you thought Michael Fassbender was excellent there, and he still is, wait till you see this.
Okay then. Well, again, I still prefer Ian McKellen. Michael Fassbender still does a great job playing our main villain, or supposed main villain, of this film.
Actually, I think he is the main villain.
No, the main villain is Bulwark Trask.
Yeah, but well, I'm counting super powered villains.
Well, no, Bulwark Trask is like the main villain.
Yeah, but he's not as he's not as good as Magneto. It's true.
Dinklage is Peter Dinklage.
We'll get to him later.
Anyway, Michael Fassbender, doesn't have as much character development in this film. He's still his relationship with Charles is still well developed for the most part, and surprisingly, we even get more chemistry with him and Mystique. Yeah, well, not more chemistry. He has more chemistry with her in First Class, but we do get a fair share with that in here. He mostly just becomes an antagonist for Mystique than anything else.
Doesn't he also become an antagonist also for Charles as well?
I'm just talking about relationship between him and Mystique. He's more of an antagonist to her.
That's true.
So yeah, Michael Fassbender, he is a great villain, though he will never beat the genius that was Ian McKellen.
But still, he's nearly as incredible as him.
Nearly, but just misses it by a long shot.
Yeah, but still nearly.
Next, we come to the future. First, we have future.
Hey, there are more main characters in the past.
Yeah, but I had to come to future. If not, people are gonna be on my doorstep with fire and trick torches, so we have to get them to the sooner.
Okay, just one more character at least.
Come on, people are waiting for this part.
Yeah.
So anyway, I'm just gonna give it to you early. Now we go to some of the future characters. First, we have future Charles Xavier, played again by Patrick Stewart. And let me tell you, I'm still going to stick to this fact that this is Charles' movie, both for the future and the past. Because...
I think mostly the past.
What?
I think mostly the past because we get a lot more development of him in the past.
Dude, it's the same in the future as well.
Wait a minute, didn't you say that we don't spend much more time in the future?
Even with not that much time in the future, this is still Charles' movie in both film, in both futures and past.
Oh.
That Patrick Stewart pulls his most dramatic role in this, where you can see that he's more in the few scenes that we do see him in, and we do see him a fair bit. But Patrick Stewart, he is just incredible in this film. he pulls off a very dramatic version of Charles Xavier than in any of the other film. Sure, he did have some drama in the other film, but this is like the one where he's pulling it in full force. Like for the scene when he's talking to Wolverine, he's like, I was a different me. Like he was like, be patient with me. And then Wolverine is like, patience not really my strong point. Yeah, it's another funny one, but it shows that this is a more dramatic. Like he's more. This is him at his lowest point, I believe. Like he's trying to relive this past, and the film which really cements Patrick Stewart as the best Charles Xavier was the scene. Like it's two scenes. One when he's talking to Wolverine before he goes to the past, about be patient with me and all that stuff. And second, when he talks to the past Charles Xavier, let me tell you, seeing the two versions of Charles Xavier in one scene was just incredible. It was just, with these two amazing actors coming off each other, it was really the best scene in the whole movie.
Actually, it's kind of like my second favorite scene.
Well, for me, it's my number one favorite.
Mm.
Like, if I had to pick a top 5 moments of X-Men Future Past, I would have to pick the two Charles talking to each other, because it is such an incredible scene. We see the past Charles down in his luck, thinking that he cannot do it because he's out of his league. But then we see the future Charles encourage him. He's like, "Come on, you can do this. This is me. I remember you. I remember your fear." And it's just incredible to see these two actors in one scene. It is literally the best scene in the whole movie to me.
The only thing that's missing is that we could get to see Michael Fassbender and Ian McKellen together.
Still, it was incredible to see. It was incredible to see James McAvoy and Patrick Stewart together. So overall, Patrick Stewart, he throws it out of the ballpark. He is definitely an incredible actor in this film, and this is probably his most dramatic, I believe. Next, we have future Magneto, played by Gandalf himself, Ian McKellen. And like I said, Ian McKellen, he just throws it out of the ballpark. He's such an amazing Magneto in this film as well. I think sure, we don't get to see too much of Magneto, but when we do see him, it is just incredible. I think his best scene in the whole movie is in the final battle when he's wounded and he goes back to Charles, and he's like, all these years wasted fighting these Charles, and he grabs his hand and they hold hands. This shows that
they shake hands, they don't hold hands.
Well, yeah, but it's still pretty awesome. And it shows that Magneto regrets all these years of fighting and war, and that he wishes he can all take it back because of his past. And truly, Ian McKellen portrays that just amazingly. I cannot begin to express how amazing Ian McKellen does in this role. How he always was amazing in this role. He was a great villain, and he's even a great anti-hero. So yeah.
Especially in a terrible movie like X-Men: Last Stand.
Well, yeah, but he's a great actor. He was a great Magneto, and it was great to see him in this role one last time.
Actually, yeah, and I do have to admit, Ian McKellen, I believe he's like one of those actors that kind of feel special. They're so special for playing iconic characters. Really, you just cannot get the feeling, man.
Yeah, Ian McKellen, he was such an amazing actor in this film. It was great to see him and Patrick Stewart playing their iconic roles one last time. And let me tell you, I'm going to miss these guys playing these iconic roles. I really am.
Yeah.
So yeah, Ian McKellen, Magneto, still the best. I was glad to see him as Magneto one last time.
Oh yeah. Long live Ian McKellen!
Next we have Beast. Ooh, I went on a big talk on that.
Oh goodness. Beast was awesome in this.
Well, yeah, he was pretty darn well. But what really confused me when I first saw that he was gonna be like he was gonna turn to Beast when it comes to anger. I was like, really? You're ripping off the bloody Hulk? No, just no.
I was actually okay with the idea, really.
Yeah, because you're too. Yeah, because you really want to see Beast again. I know. Like at first,
obviously.
like, at first I was like, because at first I thought this was just an excuse so we can have more, screen time with a human Beast.
Hmm.
So yeah, at first when I heard the news, I thought it was just an excuse so we can see more human Beast than Beast.
But of course, when we saw the film.
Well, I was a bit more satisfied because they do at least give a reason. Well, at least.
Yeah.
So yeah, and Beast is done very well in this film. Even though we don't get to see Beast so much in this film because they have to go with that whole I turn to Beast when I get angry subplot.
Yeah.
That is still the scenes when Beast becomes Beast is pretty awesome, and he's a very good character in the film.
Especially when he has that epic fight between him and Magneto, with the young Magneto.
Not even a fight. He just struggles with Magneto a bit, and Magneto just holds him down.
Well, let's face it, it's quite spectacular.
Well, it's not spectacular. It's nothing really spectacular happens. It's just Beast just struggles with Magneto in the water, and Magneto just holds him with a bunch of stuff.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah. So overall, Nicholas Hoult, he was very good as Beast, and I do think that he actually had very good chemistry with Hugh Jackman as Wolverine.
Yeah, especially the scene where when in the final battle he's like, "In the future, do I live?" And then Hugh Jackman is like, "No, you don't." And then
he just looks at him like he just looks at him like, what? Oh man.
Yeah. So overall, Beast done pretty well in this film. Now we get to Mystique.
Oh boy.
Lawrence. I hope I get that right.
Yeah, Jennifer Lawrence.
Jennifer Lawrence. Because yeah, and I tell you, this has to be like the best film with Mystique. Like this is like the film we get to her true character development. Like.
Especially. Especially when she pulls off those acrobatics, the way that she moves, and especially like the way that she's nearly kind of silent most of the time. So she kind of turns more into like the Rebecca Romijn Mystique.
But throughout this film, she's trying to kill Boulevard Trask. But throughout that, like Charles is trying to tell her not to do it by Magneto. And I tell you, the scenes for her and Magneto are talking, or not Magneto, but Charles are talking. It is emotional, I must say. And I swear, the scene that really cemented her as a great character was in the final moment. It was like in the final battle when she has the gun and she's about to shoot Boulevard Trask, and then Charles is begging her not to shoot it. And then we silently cut to the future where the Sentinels kills Iceman. They're going to kill Magneto and Professor X. And we just cut back to the past, then to the future, then to the past, and her just pointing the gun at Boulevard Trask until finally she drops the gun, and the entire future disappears.
Yeah, which means altering timeline.
So yeah, this was Mystique's film. This is where she got the most character development throughout the entire X-Men films, I think.
Yeah, I think, and I think Jennifer Lawrence was born to play the role.
Well, yeah, she was very good in the role as well. So overall, Mystique, this is probably her best film debut since, well, X2. So yeah, next we come to Quicksilver.
Played by Evan Peters, who surprisingly is the best character of the movie.
Well, for you, but for me, I still Hugh Jackman.
Oh, wait a minute. I thought you said in your Quicksilver being in an X-Men Apocalypse, you said that Quicksilver was probably your favorite part of the movie. Do I see a mind of change all of a sudden?
I did not say he was my favorite character in the movie.
We watched the video!
Hey, here's the thing, Jason. And here's a very important thing. Opinions change!
Oh, I was just 1 second away from clicking.
Mm-hmm.
Just 1 second away because you were like up close.
I have a comb, and I'm not going to use it. What are you doing?
Oh no, checking my text messages.
Uh-huh. Anyway, that's what I was saying. Quicksilver was definitely a surprise to me because when I saw his design for the movie, I was just very angry. I did not like the design
You
at
were
all.
so angry with the design, literally. You even made a rant about it.
Yes, the video is right next door.
Yeah.
So yeah, I
what,
hated the costume design for Quicksilver because he had like the silver jacket and the goggles, and I believe that was silver hair at first.
and then he had like a utility belt.
And he had like this this radio, and I even made a joke about it in the film where I was like oh so he's gonna hear music when he's fighting, like, oh, I'm hearing music like I'm fighting. Yeah, I made kind of joke.
I am about my reputation like that.
Yeah, but to be surprised, and I swear when I saw the design, this was like something that Schumacher would do.
No, you did not just say that.
The costume was like something that Schumacher would make.
Okay, that's stupid.
No, that's true. I'm true.
That's true.
Yeah, it's true. So yeah, the Quicksilver, I have to say, he really quickly changed my opinion. Literally, he quickly changed my opinion. Like the actor,
he was surprisingly one of the best parts of the movie.
he is the funniest character in the whole film. Like, there's even this amazing dialogue where he talks to Magneto and he's like, "So you control metal." My mother knew a person that controlled metal, and then we were like, he's Magneto's son. He's Magneto's son.
Well, it was hinted at first.
Hey, it's just it confirms that Magneto is his father because he said that
They don't even say that he's his father.
but they highly hint at it. They highly hint at it.
Yeah, they hint at it.
Yeah, but come on, you know that that's meant to be confirmed that Magneto is Quicksilver's son, not father. So yeah, overall, Quicksilver, he was hilarious, he was funny, he definitely took me by surprise.
And I am so glad that he's going to appear in X-Men Apocalypse.
But can you give me a minute? I need to do something really quick. And to prove how much I like him, I'm gonna go super fast all over the world to get his autograph. Ready? Set! Hey, what are you doing?
Nothing.
What?
Nothing.
And to prove how much I like him, I'm gonna go all over the world super fast to get an autograph from him. Ready? Everyone else ready? Set! Go! Ah! Ow! 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 I didn't learn my lesson. Oh, I remember the last time I tried this. Didn't really work. Nada. Oh yeah.
That was awkward.
Oh, shut up before I get the comb. You want me to get the scythe?
No.
Then quit mocking me. So anyway, Quicksilver, very funny, very well done, liked him.
It was very funny. I swear, I'm so glad that he's going to appear in X-Men Apocalypse. I'm just so glad.
Hey, we're done that character, we're moving on.
I'm just so glad that he's going to appear.
Next we get Kitty Pryde.
Oh, Ellen Page. She has improved as Kitty Pryde from Last Stand.
Yes.
Surprisingly, Ellen Page did so wonderful as Kitty Pryde. Like, yeah, she was great. She was, and plus, you could obviously tell that she She's actually worth helping, like for the team.
Yeah, she is a very good help to the team. And though I do not, though at first I was kind of confused of why they gave her like the power to switch worlds, like to switch past and future, because that was not her powers in the comics, like in the original Days of Future Past comic.
Or at least just any comic in general that she was in.
Yeah. But still, though it does give us a good reason why she can't go for the most part. And it really does it works with the plot well enough.
Yeah, so yeah, you could obviously tell that she's obviously more important to the plot than she is. Even though in the original comic she's actually the one that goes back in time. But no, it has to be Wolverine.
But next week, finally we have our main villain of the film, Boulevard Trask, played by Peter Dinklage, and let me tell you, Peter Dinklage does a phenomenal job as Boulevard Trask. Like, wow. Just
and
wow.
In fact, you know what's so surprising is that they never even joke about his size.
Yeah, like it only shows how great of an actor Peter Dinklage is, and how
probably pretty much it's like the film, like, I mean, it's like pretty much just saying we don't care about which actor's size. It's all about the acting, really.
And Peter Dinklage is a great example. So he was such a great actor and such a great choice that they didn't care how short the guy was. Sure, they'll make a few references here and there, but pretty much it.
Yeah, pretty much it.
So yeah, that's basic. So yeah, Boulevard Trask, he played a great villain.
Really played a great villain. I mean, he was charismatic at times, you know. Like, so yeah, he was charismatic, but yet he was great. He was just great.
So yeah, Peter Dinklage, we love you, man, and you definitely played a great villain.
Oh yeah.
So that's all the characters. Now the fight scenes are pretty darn amazing. Again, like Wolverine, he still has a bad butt in combat.
Though then again, I'm pretty sure a lot of people complain that he has his bone claws in the past.
Yeah, but this was before Weapon X, so I can forgive it.
Yeah.
So yeah, and the fight scenes are just very well choreographed. And let me tell you, the final battle was just epic. Like, not only do we have the fight between Magneto and the Sentinels and Wolverine and Beast, but we also have the battle in the future with the Sentinels versus the Resistance of Mutants.
But probably my favorite fight scene, I think this probably counts, was probably the scene with Quicksilver where it was all slow motion. And literally, there was just a song playing, like, if I could save time in a bottle. And he's just like, and he's sort of like, at one point sort of grabs grabs stew and tries and sort of tastes it. And all in a while, that is hilarious.
It was pretty hilarious, but I still have to see my favorite action scene. I still have to say my favorite action scene does have to be the final battle, because not only does Magneto lift a bloody stadium with an army of Sentinels.
That beats him lifting the Golden Gate Bridge. Yeah, you think lifting the Golden Gate Bridge is impressive? Try a freaking stadium.
Still, he's not better than Ian McKellen. He may have lifted just because he lifts a stadium doesn't make him a better Magneto.
Well, he does things more awesome than Magneto. Dude, he lifts up the well, technically X-Men 3 doesn't exist in the continuity.
Well, nothing can beat Ian McKellen.
Yes, we know, nothing can beat Ian McKellen.
Case closed. Case closed.
I get it. Case closed.
Thank you.
Jesus, like your obsession with this case closed. Case closed. Case closed. Case closed. Case closed.
It's how I usually end an argument. Okay? El minutos. Well, that's all I have to say about them. About these So these were the best movies of 2014 so far. But I'm gonna quickly list the top 5 best of this year so far. Basically.
Well, you know.
So number 5, Number 5 has to.
Well, let's start with your top 5.
Fine. Top 5. Lego Movie. Top 4. 4. The Winter Soldier. 3. Godzilla. 2. 22 Jump Street. And 1. X-Men Days of Future Past. Now quickly do yours.
Number 5, The Amazing Spider-Man 2. Number 4, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. Number 3. Wait a minute. Number 3, Godzilla. Number 2, X-Men Days of Future Past. And number 1, 22 Jump Streets.
That's all we have right now. Now what were your favorite movies of 2014 so far? Comment down below. I'm afraid that's all the time we have today. It was nice working with you. It was nice working with you, Jason Acosta.
And pretty. All right. And pretty much good working with you, my friend.
I'm your friend Louis Perez.
And I'm Jason Acosta.
And I'll see you next time.